What is up? I am live again. Um, yeah, just gonna wait for some people to get in the chat. Say hi in the chat if you're in here. Um, yeah, it's gonna be chill vibes tonight, is the plan. Um, yeah, I think I'm just gonna hang out until people arrive, and then I'll figure out what's going on. Let me know when you exist in the chat, fam. What's up? Let's pop this chat out and get it going. All right. Hello? Is there anybody there? Is there anybody out there? It's awfully silent. Hey, there we go. Nice to see people there. Just took a minute for everything to catch up, I think. Yeah, no, this is tonight's stream is gonna be really, I don't know, low key. Um hopefully we're just gonna hang out and, make a tier list of some Nirvana songs. That's the game plan. I'm really not at all looking for I'm not at all looking to do anything too drastic. It seems like there's a really long delay right now. Uh yeah, so it's been a pretty insane week for pretty much a lot of people, especially my neighbors to the south. My thoughts and prayers or whatever go out to you. That's what you're supposed to say, right? Shit's messed up. So we're just gonna hang out and we're just going to yeah, do a Nirvana tier list. 1 second, let me see my. Okay, I'm on the right Wi-Fi. We'll just make it happen. Beatles tier list when you make one. I have no plans for these. Um, yeah, what do I think of DC yesterday? I think it's insane. I think there's a lot of people who are a lot more qualified to talk about that sort of thing than me. So I'm going to talk about something that I am very qualified to talk about, which is Nirvana. I guess before I go into this, I'll tell you guys a bit about my history with Nirvana. Because Nirvana were one of my favorite bands on earth for a long time, and I still really love them. Um, I have two older siblings who were like teenagers when Nirvana was really big. So I kind of inherited a love of them from my siblings, and then I got really into them when I was in high school. Kurt Cobain was my idol for a long time. I listened to pretty much everything Nirvana had to offer. I I used to like download bootlegs and live shows, and like I was a real Nirvana head in the early 2010s. I don't listen to them as much these days, but I really love them. So today what we're gonna do is that we are going to do a tier list. Again, this is just my opinions. Don't take anything I say too seriously. if I did this tier list 10 times, it would probably look different every time. I'm not at all trying to give like objective ratings of music. It's all personal. This is just for funsies. We're going to start with the studio albums. And we'll see how I'm feeling after that. If I'm feeling good after the studio albums, we'll do Incesticide, and then we'll go onwards. And if I'm still feeling it, maybe do like some of their covers that they did at like MTV, because like their Lake of Fire and Plateau covers are phenomenal. Maybe do like uh other released things. I mean, I'm sure I should put You Know You're Right somewhere. If you want to if you want to listen along, I'm on Spotify. I'm starting on Bleach. Um, yeah, you know what? Maybe I'll just start from the top and talk about the songs a little bit as I do them. And thanks, Bert's Twitch. Thanks for saying that I deserve a stream. Not a stream. I deserve a break. I'm already getting bored, which is why I'm doing streaming and stuff, but we'll see how this goes. So, first song on Nirvana's first album um is Blue, and honestly, Blue I would call like a mid A tier song. I'm pretty fond of Blue. It's super catchy. It's got a great chorus. I mean, I think right off the top, it's one of those things where there's definitely a pop aspect to Nirvana that I really love. Um, yeah, I like Blue. I don't know if there's that much to say about it. I think Bleach. I really like Bleach as an album. My favorite Nirvana album is In Utero, but Bleach goes really hard, and I give it mad respect for that. I love that about Bleach and Nirvana in general. Um I think it comes through in a lot of their live stuff, obviously. But uh I think in some of their most listened to studio stuff, I don't think people understand just how hard and heavy Nirvana are, and kind of just how seriously they go. I guess I should 1 second. I'm going to get this out, get the Discord fam in here and tweet it out, maybe. Um, hey everyone. All right. I wish that the delay on the chat wasn't so bad. You guys are like way behind, so it's kind of hard for me to keep up with the chat. But I'll try to check in and not get too far ahead. Uh we're on to Floyd the Barber. I mean, I think the thing that I'll say about Bleach is it's a damn good album. Um and I think there's going to be a lot of like mid to high A tier songs on it. I don't know. I got to go through. I haven't listened to it in a while, but I don't know if it has quite as many kind of like S tier songs, but it's really solid throughout. Floyd the Barber has some good like horror vibes, um, which I've always really enjoyed. Again, another song that's just like so fucking heavy, um, and I love how it sends. I have a really cool. A couple of years ago, my brother got me a 25th anniversary like Bleach re-release on vinyl, and it's phenomenal. It's on like white marbled vinyl. It's one of my favorite records. And I know that like I think a lot of people when they think of records think of like the sound quality as the main reason. Um and that's definitely a pull, but I don't think that makes that much of a difference with Nirvana. What I like is the experience and having the artifact. Um, Floyd the Barber. Do I have anything interesting more to say about Floyd the Barber? It's inspired by the Andy Griffith Show or something like that, right? Um, it's kind of it's kind of this. I feel like Kurt Cobain wrote a lot of songs. Um, Kurt Cobain wrote a lot of songs from the perspective of children, and I think that that's something that's really interesting. Like Sliver is another one of those. And I think Floyd the Barber has those vibes in a very good way. All right, about a girl. I mean, this is probably a basic answer, but about a girl is like almost as good as a Nirvana song as you can get. It's catchy as all hell. Super melodic. It's got lyrics that are very simple, but really pretty. And I like that about it. It's a very yeah, I don't know, it's a minimalist song, I guess. But it's really nice, and I think it's remembered as one of Nirvana's best songs, or it's one of Nirvana's most remembered songs, uh, for a good reason. Um, School. I love School. The song, it's pure angst. But so School is actually I played a cover of School with my band in high school. We were called Turtle. And we played it, only covers really, but one of them was School, and I played bass, and I really love the bass line of School with all of those bends. It's a really sick groove. Um, what's my favorite Nirvana live performance? Hmm. I really like Reading. I've got like the Reading DVD. And it's really phenomenal. Thank you, the fart. We were very proud of our name. Um, One sec. I'm just tweeting this out to see if we can get some more people in here. All right. No recess. Yeah, yeah. I play bass. Um, any tips or tricks to help you improve? Play more, practice, do scales. You know, the most tips for improving music are basically the same, which is just like put in the work. I also haven't played bass nearly as much, but in high school I was a bass fiend. Um, but I'm really not that good of a bassist anymore, so I would not take my tips. What I would say is don't stop playing, and have people to play with, which is very difficult now. Um, yeah, school. I'm gonna put in low in like S tier ish. I actually like this with no clear delineations. It makes it I like it. I don't like having the subjective stuff. Um, the chorus of No Recess is just so good. And again, like I said, like I was saying about a Floyd the Barber, we've got these songs written from the perspective of children, which I think is generally pretty rare. I think it's really rare in something like punk influenced. Um, and I think that's really cool. Oh, speaking of good bass lines, Love Buzz. Um, God, I do really like Bleach as an album. Um, Love Buzz, Love Buzz again. Gonna be another S tier here. I think it's I really enjoy the kind of it's a cover of like a old like 60s psychedelic song. Um but uh I don't know, Nirvana have fun with it. And there's a bit of kind of like tongue firmly in cheek, which I really love because I think everyone thinks of Nirvana. Um, I think everyone thinks of Nirvana as these like heavy, morose people, and Kurt Cobain definitely had that, but he was super playful in his songs and lyrics and super irreverent. Verdion's Verdations. That's what your name means. You should call your band the Shitty Beatles. Um, good. There's good bass chat going on there. Um, Paper cuts. Oh, this is what I'm talking about. Um, when I talk about how heavy Nirvana were, uh, paper cuts are paper cuts is like it's almost like doomy, like doom metally. Um, and again, like this is another one, from the perspective of a child, but in a very kind of horror, like Silence of the Lamb thing. I think it's written from the perspective of a child, a child who is like a victim of abuse. Um, I think it's a really dark, heavy, um, song, and I think it shows. I think something that people forget sometimes when it comes to Nirvana is how metal influenced they are, and like Paper Cuts sounds like it could be a doom metal song, even in terms of like lyrical topic too. And it's got that wail in the chorus. Oh, yeah. This is high A tier. I really love this song. Um it's super raw on the screams. Um yeah, what's oh god, every time I do that it shrinks the thing, doesn't it? How y'all doing in chat? Are you content to just hear me ramble on about Nirvana song by song? I can Oh, Dane the Greatest, paper cuts in doom metal. Um, please show me your cover when you do that. If you do a doom metal paper cuts, I think that would actually work really well. Um, and give me songwriting credits. Just kidding. All right, negative creep. The immortal lines. I'm a negative creep and I'm stoned. Um, God, fuck, I don't know if there's going to be anything below B tier. Nirvana's discography is so tight. Um yeah, I think I think Bleach, it's it's honestly it's honestly, now that I'm revisiting Bleach, it's kind of a toss up between Bleach and In Utero for me, for my favorite Nirvana album. I love Bleach. Bleach is like, I think I think this is gonna sound like there's a lot of judgment, but I don't have anything against pop or the mainstream. Um, but Nevermind is kind of like the mainstream packageable version of grunge, and I think that's really great too. Like I said, I have nothing wrong with the mainstream. The mainstream gets a bad rap. Um, but like Bleach is more accurate to what the grunge scene sounded like if you listen to like Mudhoney and the Melvins and kind of all of those bands that were doing this at the same time as Nirvana in Seattle. The sound was a lot more heavy, creepy, um like it went a lot harder than your kind of like Nirvana's or Pearl Jam's. Also, I mean, Evil Boy 5241, you should not at all feel like a fool because you've heard five Nirvana songs. Wow, that sentence got away from me. You should not at all feel like a fool because you've heard five Nirvana songs. You should actually feel really lucky and feel fortunate that you get to experience Nirvana for the first time. Like I think people shame people when they say, "Oh, you tell them something and they're like, "Oh, I haven't heard of that." And it's like, "No, that's not something to be ashamed of. That's something to be excited about." If my friend tells me that they haven't heard of, I don't know, have never actually listened to Nirvana or Bob Dylan or something like that, my view is hell yeah, that's awesome because they get to experience it for the first time. I wish I could go back and experience Nirvana for the first time. It's such a, especially if you like really really dive into it, it's so rewarding. So yeah, you should never feel like bad about having not listened to much music from an artist. It's not a reflection on you as a person. There's a lot of music out there. Um yeah. Again, I never quite realized to what extent Bleach is kind of from the perspective of children talking to their parents. Um, Scoff is another one. Um, I'm gonna put Scoff in the B tier. Just because. Um, I'm gonna put Scoff in the B tier just because high beer. It's good. It's good. Um, but uh, I don't think it's quite on the level of some of the rest of the album. We're on to Swap Meat. I mean, sometimes you gotta. Sometimes verdations. Sometimes that you gotta force people to listen to music as long as you're not a dick about it. And the fart, man. I wish if we're talking about uh if we're talking about, I agree. Listening to Primus for the first time generally would be something else, but specifically like um I would love to listen to anti pop, like the whole album again. Electric Uncle Sam is so good. Um yeah, I think I would love to listen to Primus for the first time again. Thank you, Lazenhao. I'm glad that you think I did incredible work this year. I mean, I think Antipop it's not my favorite Primus album, but for one to experience for the first time again. I listened to it when I was in high school, and it was very I don't know, it was eye opening for me. We're on to Swap Meet. God, okay, I'm I'm like really genuinely worried that I'm gonna run out of space in the S and A tier here because uh, Swap Meet is so good too. I think if I could listen to anything for the first time again, my top choice would probably be um To Pimp a Butterfly and Sketches of Spain. Um also the Royal Scam by Steely Dan. Those would be my three for albums I wish I could listen to for the first time again. Or at least for now it is. That would change. That probably changes every day. Um all right. Swap Meet. I think Swap Meet can actually move down to the B tier. S- oh, the fart. You are so lucky. Um the sorry, I'm just catching up on the chat with reading. Um, yeah, Swap Meet has a great chorus though. God, Nirvana's discography is so tight. There's no fluff here. Uh, Mr. Mustache. I love the riff on this one. Just a headbanger of a song. I think we're gonna put it in the B tier also. Oh, I do love the "Yes, I eat cow, I am not proud" line. Uh, that's something that I've always resonated with because I eat cow and I'm not proud about it. Um, Sifting. We are just powering through Bleach. Honestly, I think if I go through all the others at this page, I'll definitely at least be down to do Incesticide. The one thing that I will say about Bleach as I'm kind of skimming through it, if I have one knock on it, it's that there's not a ton of there's not a ton of kind of like emotional range on it. This is Life Now. I'm going through all of their songs. I'm just doing it studio album at a time. Um Again, like Bleach is tough to rank because they're all just like so close to each other. They're all really, you know, they're all very similar and they all carry the same energy, and it's a very monotone album in a lot of ways, but it does that very well. Yeah, I'm gonna do these streams for other artists. Which ones? I have no idea. I'm not really planning things. I'm just doing this. I'm just doing this as throwing this down as we go. Um, do you guys know if there's any way that I could set something up like have you all streaming simultaneously with me on Spotify? Because I would love to do album listening parties and talk about my experiences, but unfortunately, you can't really play. Oh, Pogify. I have not heard. That is exactly Pogify is exactly what I was the kind of thing that I was looking for. I will look into that after this stream. Oh, yo, Veku's here. Hey, what up, Veku? Um, yeah, I would love to do that at some point and just play things. I'm gonna tell this about Veku every time Veku comes on. Their cat is in a polyphonic video. Nice. Lurk all you want. Um, yeah, I will definitely check out Pogify because DMCAing is the bane of my existence. All right. Big Cheese. I hope I'm not offending any of the Big Cheese stands there. Um but what I'll say about Big Cheese is that um uh I don't know. It's punk rock for him to write a song about his label owner or like label head, but it doesn't give me a ton that the rest of the album doesn't already. And maybe that's just by virtue of it being so late. Downer. I love Downer. Downer is really solid. Um I really like the kind of like talking in the verse thing. I think it's a gimmick, but it works. Um, and with that, we have our definitive Bleach ranking. Oh, maybe I'll make each album's text a different color, just so you can easily see. So you can easily see which album is which. I'm gonna do that. Bleach will be black, because then I don't need to change the text. It's gone quiet in the chat. How are y'all doing there? Um, don't be afraid to keep talking. So this is life now. You are so incredibly right. Right. Um Spotify's discography section is absolutely awful. It gives me no end of frustration, and it is so friggin' hard to find uh it is so friggin' hard to find self-titled albums on Spotify, especially from artists that have big discographies. Um like try finding go to Spotify and try finding Bob Dylan's self-titled album. It's a fucking nightmare. Um all right. All right, you don't need to talk in chat. I can ramble as well. Um we're on to Nevermind, and here's maybe this is the first hot take of the stream. Is that is that I think Smells Like Teen Spirit is a B to C rank song. Um is that a hot take, guys? Is that too hot of a take? How are y'all feeling about that? I don't really like Smells Like Teen Spirit that much. I think it's a good song. Um I think saying it's an S tier or saying it's a D or F tier would both be hot takes. Cuz it's clearly a good song, but it's really just not quite what Nirvana is. Um but I think already things are getting like a little close, so I'm going to move some of these I'm going to move some of the Bleach ones lower. We're going to kind of lower the bar a little bit here, or I guess raise the bar, make it a little more difficult to get into the S tier, because I think I was going um a little hot off the draw. Um uh I think if your problem with Nirvana is that the chords are simple, um then I think you're just going to have a lot of problems with Nirvana. I think if you can't learn to appreciate the minimalism and simplicity of punk, then I just don't think you're going to enjoy Nirvana. Um I think the simplicity of the chords is kind of what the point of a lot of this is. Love Buzz can go a bit higher, but we're just redoing some rankings before we move more on. Um, but I also think people put too much value on complexity. I don't think complexity is any intrinsic sign of value. Um, I think I think what I love about Nirvana and what I love about punk rock in general is you get you get a level of emotional honesty um that you just don't get. I find it just doesn't come across in the same way in stuff that is very intricate. Like I love Yes, and I love Yes for very different reasons, but I don't listen to Siberian Catru and think, oh my god, like, that's super raw, that's someone playing their heart out. Uh, but I listen to School and I feel that. God, this album is fucking top heavy with hits. The run of Smells Like Teen Spirit, In Bloom, Come As You Are. In Bloom In Bloom I'm gonna go very high. In Bloom gets up with Paper Cuts. Um yeah, I think you can enjoy different bands for different things. Yes, the Very Important Charts project, the charts will be posted at Very Charts on Twitter. We're just kind of working on getting that together. Um In Bloom, I really love In Bloom for a lot of reasons, but yeah, like Bert's Twitch was saying, the meta reasons, I talk about that in my Nirvana Were Feminists video. In Bloom is very it's very self-aware, you know. It's talking about fans that love Nirvana but go against everything that Nirvana are about, and I also think lyrically it's really pretty too. Come As You Are, Come As You Are is a solid A tier song. I like Come As You Are. The thing with Nirvana's singles is Nirvana do have good singles, um, but I don't put Come As You Are. I think I'm maybe I do put it into the A tier. I think I like Come As You Are better than Love Buzz. I think I was a little zealous on Love Buzz coming out the gate. Um, if you think I'm being too nice on these things though, just wait till I get to you get to In Utero. Um, what do you guys think so far? Am I being too nice, too harsh, deservedly nice? What are you saying? Oh, thanks, Jazzy Fox. Thanks for hopping in to say you like my stuff. I really appreciate that. All right. I love Come As You Are lyrically. I think that's something that really I think that's something that really resonates with me. The like doused in bleach line is really cool. Breed. Breed is the first song on Nevermind that actually sounds like a Nirvana song, or at least actually sounds like a vintage Nirvana song. Like Breed is the song. Breed would be at home on Bleach. And as such, we're gonna put Breed up in the A tier, where all of Bleach is, or I guess most of it's in the B tier. But I really like Breed. Don't ever mind. Yeah, territorial pissings as well. Breed was another one of my favorite ones to play as a kid. It has a great bass line. And I think we played it. Yeah, we played it in my band as well. Actually, we definitely played this in our band. Um, our lead singer was not grunge at all, so it was a little awkward. He had a decent voice, but he was not good at doing the grunge thing. Oh, all right. Lithium, another one of the big ones. Um, Lithium is a B tier. Um, I'm so happy because today I found my friends. They're in my head. Is a little too. I'm 14 and this is deep. Um, but I like the like Sunday morning is every day for all I care. Light my candles in a daze because I found God. Uh, I like that stuff, but generally, I'm not huge on Lithium as far as Nirvana songs go. However, I mean, the next song on here, Polly goes like way up. Polly is an astoundingly good song and a just brutally hot take song. Not hot take, heartbreaking song. Wow, that was a weird Freudian slip. Um uh so for those of you who don't know what this is about, and consider yourselves trigger warning because it's pretty brutal. It's based on a story that Kurt Cobain read in a newspaper of a woman who was like kidnapped and very brutally sexually assaulted. And I think Polly has this just terrifying haunted sound to it. Um Kurt Cobain bought the guitar he recorded it on, like bought it at a fucking dime store, and like it was like very very it was a beat up out of tune guitar, and it really works for the song. Polly is a heavy song. It's hard to even talk about the song when you know what it's about. And I think that's something that's really powerful about Nirvana. Kurt Cobain talked a lot about kind of parental abuse, sexual abuse, this kind of thing. Um, he was incredibly empathetic. Uh, he was a really empathetic person. Um, Territorial pissings. When I was an alien, cultures were not opinions. Now there's some lyrics that I can get behind. Um, yeah, I think my lithium take here is gonna be pretty hot, in hindsight. But I like this way better than lithium. This is this is coming up high. Um, I love the kind of like um Chris Novoselic mocking the like uh boomer hippie, come on people now, smile on your brother, everybody get together, try and love one another right now. um I think it's really cool to see. I think a lot of it is kind of Nirvana talking about like comparing the 60s revolutionary optimism with the dead heartless neoliberalism of the 90s. um and I think that this song's really cool for that. I think it does a good job of showing like his how Kurt Cobain's how Kurt Cobain's kind of like um how his parents' generation really failed their ideals. And Bert's Twitch. When you first saw the title, you thought it was a reference to how dogs piss to mark their territory. I'm fairly certain that's what it is. And it's kind of territorial pissings. It's talking about like xenophobia and sexism and things like that, and comparing it to animalistic behavior. Um, Drain You. Drain You is Drain You is pretty solid. Um, I like the intro of it. I don't think it doesn't do a ton for me. I'd put it probably put it at a pretty similar similar tier to Smells Like Teen Spirit. I really love the end of the chorus, the I like you. Um yeah, the thing with Drain You is I totally see how someone could really love it. It would not be surprising to me if Drain You was someone's favorite Nirvana song. It just doesn't quite do it for me. Lounge Act. It's I think it's kind of interesting cuz my favorite things in Nirvana I feel like Nevermind is a middle ground and I like Nirvana to either end of the extreme. I like them either to the kind of like in utero stripped down dark or to the bleach like very angry heavy. um so yeah, I think I don't know, Nevermind to me always it feels like Nirvana was transitioning from bleach to in utero, and on the way they just happened to write some of the best-selling hits of all time. And they're great songs too. Like I'm not I'm not like shitting on these. Again though, like Lounge Act doesn't do much for me. Generally, Nevermind is my least favorite Nirvana album. Lounge Act is not D though. I don't know. I don't know if anything's ever gonna be D. Stay Away. I mean, I don't think they wrote it by accident, but I don't know. It's never got me in the same way. Again, Stay Away I think is C tier. It I don't know what it is about Nevermind. It just does not do it for the same way in the same way. Um Rather Be Dead Than Cool is kind of like vintage Nirvana stuff that's pretty cool. Um On a Plane I love. Um Good Night Verdations. On a Plane I really love. I really like the conceit of kind of like writing a song as you're singing it. Structurally, like the start this off without any words, got so high, scratched till I bled. It's basically just him kind of like making up this song as he goes. And like the bridge ends with like what the hell am I trying to say? Um I don't know, it kind of just looks at it kind of just has this perspective where like it talks about kind of the self-consciousness of songwriting um with the like somewhere I've heard this before in a dream my memory has stored, as a defense I'm neutered and spayed, what the hell am I trying to say? I don't know, I think this is a song about creative struggles and I love that. The next song, this Something in the Way is like possibly my favorite well, no, but one of my favorite Nirvana songs. I really love Something in the Way. The version used that someone did, what was it a trailer for that someone used did Something in the Way for? I think we might need to scooch this up a bit because I think we're gonna have to have some room for stuff higher. Actually, I guess I can just move other things down. Um, I guess that works. I I really love this song. I think this marks kind of the point where Nirvana start using strings, which sound really, really good. Sound really, really good with Kurt Cobain and with this slower, more mellow vibes. Yes, thank you, D'Artagnan. It was Batman. Oh, I'm honestly like I keep losing my thought process because it's playing and it is just such a good song. Um, but alas, we will move on to Endless Nameless. Is the title of Something in the Way supposed to be a thing? I don't think so. I think oh, apparently the lyrics were spray painted under a bridge. Oh wait, no, that was after. That's a myth. This is why I do research for my stuff and don't just pull up the first thing I see on Genius. Um, I don't know if it's a Beatles reference. Um, I really love Something in the Way. Another one that I love is Endless Nameless. The hidden track, Nirvana's hidden tracks. You know what? This is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna. I'm gonna hide. I'm gonna hide Endless Nameless. No, that's yeah. Yeah, there we go. Endless Nameless is very very high up in the S tier. But it's hiding there because it's a hidden track. Get it? Um and while we're here, we're actually just going to tuck gallons of rubbing alcohol up there too because I really love gallons of rubbing alcohol. Uh you guys don't understand how much it bothers me that these don't realistically look like they were on the page. Um, it, this is something that I get like genuinely annoyed at. In that this stuff doesn't actually look like it was actually printed on. It's not as much of a problem when I'm just doing a janky tier list, but it still annoys me. I really like the authentic. I really like authentic textures. I don't know what I'm saying. I don't know if that makes any sense, but um, I'm very, very particular with my graphic design, as you might have noticed. But yeah, sorry, back to Endless Nameless. It is a fucking killer jam. It goes like, it goes really hard, moves around a lot, like, it does some crazy weird stuff. I like Nirvana when they're jamming out, and it's cool to hear them jam out. That's why their live stuff is great. They jammed a lot live. All right, on to In Utero. Barely an hour, and we are already on to the last album. That's sick. Um, Serve the Servants will put in a solid B. Um, above Lithium. Above Lithium. It's a better. We're gonna do studio albums first, and then depending on how I'm feeling after the studio albums, we'll get to Incesticide and um bonuses and things like that. Um, but yeah, no, we're doing the studio albums first. I like Serve the Servants. I'm very fond uh I'm very fond of teenage angst. Thanks for joining in. This is Life Now. I'm very fond of teenage angst. That's what I just ended up saying. I am fond of teenage angst. Teenagers, be angsty. You should be. The world is fucking awful. Um, but I like Teenage Angst has paid off well. Now I'm bored and old a lot. And I also really, really love the line, I tried hard to have a father, but instead I had a dad. I just want you to know that I don't hate you anymore. There is nothing I could say that I haven't thought before. I think that's I don't know, I think that's a really, really, really beautiful a beautiful line about parental relationships. You know what? Serve the servants is better than negative creep. We'll bump negative creep down. It's probably even better than blue. I am very indecisive with these tiers. Um, Scentless Apprentice. Oh my god, I love this song. What a fucking headbanger of a track. Boom, boom, bada, boom, 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 da. God, I should not do that. It sounds fine to me when I've got Scentless Apprentice blaring in my headphones, but it probably does not sound good to y'all. I really love Scentless Apprentice. And it's about literature, which is a bonus, and that's really cool. Um, it's about perfume, uh, or which is apparently good. I haven't read it, but I want to. Um, yeah, I really like Scentless Apprentice. Heart Shaped Box. Heart Shaped Box is a great song. It's a it's a popular song, but I think for a reason. Um, who among you in the chat? What are you guys' favorite Nirvana albums? What would you rank as your favorite album? And maybe some of your favorite songs. Uh, I like Heart Shaped Box a lot. I think it's a really, really, really pretty song. About it's probably the prettiest song ever written about Courtney Love's vagina. Um, yeah, it's she eyes me like a Pisces when I am weak is really good. Um, yeah, I like it. That's that's where we're at. Rate Me is phenomenal as well. I'd probably put it at a similar tier. We're gonna get really crowded up here in the S tier in utero. I really, really love In Utero. Um, ooh, link to the Discord. I can grab you a link in 1 second, or maybe someone else can. Um, the link to the Discord. If you go, wait, no, I'm not sure. I, um, yeah. Anyways, rate me, rate me is phenomenal. Um, I've heard a lot of people, I've heard a lot of people talk about it. I mean, clearly it's a song written from the perspective of a sexual assault victim. I've also heard a lot of people talk about it as from the perspective of Kurt Cobain and the media. And I think that that's a valid reading. I think it can be about both. I think it can be about both, and one doesn't negate the other. Like the my favorite inside source thing. I think I think people often think of songs as about one thing. But in reality, most songs are about a dozen things and nothing. And that's the fun of them. But Rate Me with the almost like off-brand knockoff Smells Like Teen Spirit riff. Um, I think it's very pointed. The fact that that's what Nirvana would do musically, beneath the lyrics of Rate Me. Um, and I think it's really great for that. It's this again this level of self awareness and irony, where Nirvana never really were comfortable with the level of fame that they had. Because I mean, who would be? Um, Speaking of uncomfortable with fame, the relationship, Kurt Cobain's relationship with fame, um, it really appears a lot on In Utero, and that's something that I really like about it too. Um, Frances Farmer will have her revenge on Seattle. This is my favorite Nirvana song. Um, yeah, I think it's probably a strange take to have. Um, yeah, I think I'm gonna have to shrink this. Um, but Frances Farmer is Francis Farmer is straight up my favorite Nirvana song. I love it musically. I love the riff. How do I? Okay, I'm just gonna call it Francis Farmer for ease of Francis Farmer, etc. Um. Uh. So Francis Farmer, who the song is named after, um, was an actor from Seattle, who struggled with schizophrenia, and she I think she was around in like the 50s or something like that, or 40s, maybe even earlier. Yeah, 40s. And she was declared mentally incompetent by her parents. She was committed to asylums, and the media just kind of tore her apart. Um, and I think I really love um I really love like Kurt Cobain taking that and talking about what it means to be famous. I miss the comfort in being sad. Um it is just a really stunning kind of depiction of depression. Um and I think that the I love the she'll come back as fire, to burn all the liars, leave a blanket of ash on the ground. I love this idea of like Frances Farmer, who was persecuted by the media in her time, coming back as this demonic goddess like figure and tearing the world down. Um, it's imagery that I really like in this song. I think I've been thinking about doing a video for a while about how Nirvana talk about fame and how Kurt Cobain wrote about his fame. Um, because I think it's a really interesting topic. What do you guys think of that Francis Farmer analysis? Do you agree? Do you get something else out of it? Do you think I'm way overrating the song? Um, Dumb. I think I'm dumb, or maybe just happy. Um, I really like dumb. Dumb. The thing with dumb is dumb would probably get a lower rating, were it not for the cellos. I love the cellos in dumb. Um, I think that's something that I absolutely adore the MTV Unplugged version too. Yeah, I agree with Elliot Dingman. He is definitely relating Francis Farmer to himself. By the way, I love like talking about lyrical analysis and stuff. So if you guys have any song theories as I'm going through these songs, or if even songs that I've passed, if you have any lyrical interpretations, I would love to hear them in the chat. I love that stuff. I think it's all very subjective, and I think that um that's a really fun part about of it. Um, I think dumb I'll put here. I think if I did the MTV Unplugged version, it might even get higher. I really like the MTV Unplugged version. Um, Very Ape. Again, this isn't one that sounds like Bleach Nirvana. Um, uh, it's I don't know. It's just very. It's just a solid heavy song. Uh, I don't actually have uh I don't have I wouldn't rate it super high, but it's still a solid song. Yeah, it's still a better song. I had to take a minute and decide. I think Drain You needs to go up. I think Drain You needs to go above Very Ape, but I would say that Very Ape is a better song than Smells Like Teen Spirit. Um so takes. Um by the way, what do you guys think of this whole thing I made with the Jag Stang and the picture and the notebook? I whipped this together in like 15 or 20 minutes before starting streaming. I like making my tier lists look nice. I hope you guys notice the effort. Milk It, I love. Um, Milk It is like I think it's a lot more of the direction that we would have seen Nirvana go. Um, I think Kurt Cobain has said that. Uh, but it's very like weird and full of noise and very primal. Um, I really love Milk It. I love the line, the first verse, the I am my own parasite. I don't need a host to live. We can feed off each other. We can share our endorphins. Uh, I I really love that. And I think that's something that speaks to a kind of romantic relationship. Um, and then I also think that there's I think I think there's a lot about addiction addiction in this song, and um it's very heavy, and it's a very heavy portrayal of addiction. And I think also, yeah, his relationship with Courtney Love. Um, yeah, it's a great song, and man, so is Penny Royalty. Um, this is probably my other favorite Nirvana song. Um, yeah, it's just a really emotional song. Um, it's clearly about um it's clearly about an abortion. And I think that it's a very weird, warm, um almost cozy song. Um Give me a Leonard Cohen afterworld so I can sigh eternally. That's so good. I mean, I I love that line. I love Leonard Cohen, and the idea of a Leonard Cohen afterworld sighing eternally is astounding. Um, you're out by the Fart 74. Um, yeah. Uh, Radio friendly unit shifter. Again, this is kind of more the um noise experimentation that they were doing. Um, and it's radio friendly unit shifter is another one that um that really kind of looks at press and takes an antagonistic view of press and of the music industry of a whole. Like the use just once and destroy is very much in my mind a kind of a perspective on who Kurt Cobain is viewed as this kind of one-hit wonder. And even when you see the title Radio Friendly Unit Shifter, like a song, a radio friendly song that sells stuff, radio friendly unit shifter, you know. um I love you for what I am not, I do not want what I have got. um yeah, I think this is a song a lot about fame and Kurt Cobain's relationship with fame and the music industry. Oh god, this album is so good. It's hard to rank this album properly. Um I might do something on the wall someday. I'm not sure. I think I yeah, I think I got a bump Come As You Are down. I think Radio Friendly Unit Shifter, maybe it's on the same tier as Serve the Servants. Um Tourette's, I love the moderate rock tempo thing. That's fun. Tourette's is just a fun little punky song at the end of the day. It's nothing. It can go here. It can go here in the C tier. I think it's kind of like experimental, and there's definitely things kind of going on in the background. There's a lot of stuff, but I think it's uh I think it's in low B. It's a long. Yeah, I think maybe Very Ape isn't a better song than Smells Like Teen Spirit. Maybe I was getting a little big for my britches there. Um and All Apologies. This is a really pretty song. We're going to put this here. I think Nirvana has this really gentle side to them a lot, especially on In Utero, with songs like Penny Royalty and All Apologies. Um, and yeah, I don't know what can you say about All Apologies that hasn't been said before. I think it's just a really beautiful a really beautiful song, kind of just talking about a relationship and life, and all in all is all we are. Is it's one of those um weird things to leave this last studio album before Kurt Cobain committed suicide on. All in all, is all we are feels like a very definitive statement. Um, but it doesn't actually end on that, because we get gallons of rubbing alcohol, um, which is amazing. I love this song. I tucked it right up here with the hidden tracks. You gotta find them because they're hidden. Um, a stream where I rank Kurt's 50 favorite albums, maybe, but I don't really like. Um, I don't really like. Uh, I don't know. I think that's a very kind of like personal handwritten thing. That Kurt Cobain probably just kind of wrote for himself, just because that was what people did then. It's kind of like the equivalent of music forums and stuff. And I don't want to take it. I don't think people should take it that seriously and put that much weight on it, is kind of what I'm saying. And I it would be fun to listen to and rank all of these, but I also don't know if that's playing into the kind of mythologizing of this figure that really didn't want to be mythologized. Yeah, it's a weird thing. Um, I think we're gonna go to incesticide now. I also just need to talk about how much I love gallons of rubbing alcohol. I think it's just a phenomenal, weird song. It's got such a groove. We're also gonna put something on here that I want to put on here, and it's my chart, so I make the goddamn rules. Um, um, so I'm gonna put "You Know You're Right," which was a posthumous song released on a 2002 compilation. I think it was 2002 or 2001 or something. Uh, I love "You Know You're Right." We also played this in my band actually. Turtle played "You Know You're Right." I put "You Know You're Right" um right up in the top tier of my favorite Nirvana songs. I think it's a really fantastic song. I think it's got such a mood. And like the chorus is so raw. I really love it. All right, I'm starting to lose my streaming abilities, so we're gonna power through Incesticide, and then call it a day. Um, yeah, "You Know You're Right" is such a bitter phrase. That is exactly right. Dane the Greatest, 26. Um, all right, Incesticide. We'll go red for Incesticide because of the flowers on the cover, and because yellow is just a little too hard to read on white. Oh man, I haven't listened to Incesticide in a long time. Um, all right. Dive. I'll put in the C tier. Um, Sliver is yet another Nirvana song that my band covered. Um, I really like Sliver. I think Sliver's a fun song. And like I was talking about earlier on Bleach, it's very much this thing that Kurt Cobain does where he writes from the perspective of children. That's exactly what this song is. I mean, this is probably the clearest example of it. Um, I think we'll put this up here in the high B tier. It's a great song. Stain. I don't. By the way, I don't remember all of these quite as much, so I don't trust these ratings. Though there are some songs in these I really remember. Um, Again, like I think Insisticide. The thing with Incesticide is that I think a lot of songs on Incesticide didn't make albums for a reason, you know? I don't think all of them, but I think some of them it is cool to have these rarities, but they don't really add that much to me right now at least. But then there's something like Been a Sun. Incesticide is clearly not an album. Like it's clearly a compilation thing because of how all over the map it is. And I say that in terms of quality too. Been a Sun is phenomenal. Uh, Been a Sun is uh, Been a Sun is a phenomenal feminist song by Nirvana. And Dane the Greatest, you can use the cassette tape in my car if you want. Turnaround. Yeah, I don't know. It's a cover that is it's good. It's not like amazing to me though. I do enjoy it. It's like it's solidly in the B. Um, in the B side, in the B. Yeah, wow. I'm really losing it. Um, uh, it's cool to see them doing Devo. But I think Devo's probably better at doing Devo than Nirvana. Turnaround is Devo, right? I'm remembering that right. Um, See ya, Evil Boy 5241. Thanks for signing in, signing on, saying hi. Uh, Molly's Lips. Um, uh, Molly's Lips. Is I like Molly's Lips. Um, I think I'll put it. I think I'll put it. Ah, I think I'll put it in here with like swap meet. Actually, I put drain you low, but I think I keep bumping it up. Um, Son of a gun. 1 second. I really like this Son of a Gun. Um uh it's a Vaseline's cover, and this is a cover that I think Nirvana do really well. Uh probably probably their best cover. I like it more than their cover of The Man Who Sold the World. Which I don't know, maybe hot take, maybe not. Oh no, their cover of Lake of Fire is my favorite, or Where Did You Sleep Last Night? Um, but yeah, no, I like this song. Um, I Polly New Wave Polly goes down here. I don't like it. Um, I think you lose a lot of the greatness of Polly as a song when you strip it from this kind of raw thing. No, it's not the same Notebook background. Well, maybe it is actually. I don't think it is though. It's one that I found just before this stream. Um, Beeswax. All right, we're really trying to power through here, getting towards the end. Um, I don't know. It's it's one of their first studio demos. It sounds like it. It's got some good noise stuff going on, but I don't love what he's doing with the vocals. It's not That's not really my I think Kurt Cobain does a lot of stuff with his voice, but I don't like what he does there. Downer's on Bleach. Isn't it? This is another version of it, right? Oh, yeah. All right, so we don't need to do that. Mexican seafood. Um, I don't know. I find Mexican seafood kind of gross lyrically, which I get is the point. Um, but like that's not really what I want to be listening to. That's it's I think it's very good at what it does. Um, but I don't really love listening to a song about someone vomiting. Um, Hairspray Queen. Another good bouncy bass line. Um, yeah. Oh, hey. Sorry, and Lalouette. And Lalouette. Sorry, you caught a stream, but you caught it right at the end. Um, Unfortunately, I'm gonna have to be signing off soon because I'm very tired and I need to pee. Um, but we're talking about Hairspray Queen. I like Hairspray Queen. I like what it's doing musically. I don't care too much for the lyrics, but yeah, actually, you know what? I do like the lyrics now that I'm listening to it. Uh, that's because I'm Canadian, so I understand French, and I understand French last names. I know many people with French last names. Um, yeah, Hairspray Queen has some really cool stuff on the guitar that I really like. Aero Zeppelin. Um, Aero Zeppelin is uh making fun of bands like Led Zeppelin and Nirvana. Um, and I really like it. I'm originally from Ottawa, but now I'm in Vancouver in Canada. I think Aero Zeppelin can go up here. Um, it's got some really cool doomy stuff going on in the sound. Um, Big Long Now. Big Long Now. All right. Um, Listening, I don't. I'm gonna be completely honest with you. I don't remember this song. Um. Uh. Oh my God! Thank you, Mr. Lalouette. Thank you. I'm. I'm really glad. I'm really glad to hear that you think that I'm one of the best content creators you consume. I'm pretty flattered by that, honestly. Um. And yeah, I don't really read my comments section. It's better for my mental health to stay out of it. Sometimes I see it though. Um, oh yeah, I was on Big Long Now. I don't know. It's kind of in this middle pack here. Yeah, sure. And now, another one of my favorite Nirvana songs. Another one going high S tier. Aneurysm. I really love Aneurysm. Aneurysm is uh again probably another song about drug addiction. Um like come on over, do the twist, overdo it and have a fit. I don't know, it's about addiction and love and an addictive love. And I don't know, I can't even tell you why I love this song. I've just always fucking loved it. I love it instrumentally. It's got one of my favorite kind of like riffs. I love how long it milks the intro. Like I love how it goes in, does the riff, does this big climb thing, like builds up and then drops into this different bass riff. Um I really like songs that do that. I like songs that move through a lot of movements, and there's a lot of that in Aneurysm. Um, all right, okay, just for y'all, and just for you and Lalouette, because you just got here, I will I will rank I will rank the MTV unplugged versions of songs too. This one will be pretty quick. Uh, no, I don't think I'm gonna go over with the lights out. The thing with I did put you know you're right there. Because I love it. Uh, maybe another day. Um, maybe another day I will do like I'll update this with rarities or things like that. But I want to go through and do MTV Unplugged, which means you know you're right needs a new color because MTV Unplugged is gonna be purple. You can be gray. You know you're right. That's kind of the cover of the album there. Um, but a lot of these I'm gonna put pretty similar to where their original versions are. Um, about a girl, I would shift kind of like right above, maybe a little over. See a JB Simmons. Um, maybe up a bit from. Oh, I love Sappy. I do love Sappy. I'll just for you, Dane. I will throw Sappy on and I will put it on the chart because I really like Sappy. Um, the things I do for y'all. Um, I love Sappy. Again, it's got this kind of like feminist tilt to it that I really like. Um, Come as you are, I would put as basically the same. My hand was shifted on the keyboard there. I agree with you on that, Nathan. I prefer the unplugged version. This is what we're doing for songs that are pretty much equally as good. We're gonna do this. Um, this purple needs to be more like there needs to be more red in it, though. Yeah. Oh man, I might have spoken. I might. Oh, that's almost pink. Never mind. We'll just go with what it was. Um. All right. I might have spoken a little too prematurely when I was talking about their covers. I love Jesus Don't Want Me. We're just gonna call this Jesus Don't etc. because I'm running out of space. Um, well, thank you. I'm really glad that I can be that for you guys. I'm glad you guys like my stuff, and I'm really enjoying these streams. I'm genuinely enjoying just chilling and chatting with y'all about music. Um, uh, I really like Jesus Don't Want Me for a Sunbeam. The Man Who Sold the World I like, but I'm probably gonna rank it lower. Um, I'm probably gonna rank it lower than most people. Uh, I prefer the original. I think it's a good cover, but David Bowie's original is more weird and spacey. But again, I love the Nirvana version too. Penny Tea. Penny Tea. Goes like this version is a little higher than the studio. The unplugged version of Penny Royalty is phenomenal. The chill vibes and total chaos in the streams. Thank you. This is giving you a peek into how my brain works. Oh hey, we were talking about this earlier. Dumb is one where I think that the unplugged version, where you get the cello a lot clearer, um, really elevates it to S tier. I really like the unplugged version, and the different string arrangements too. I've really loved um Polly. Uh, I really enjoy Polly, but I think the unplugged version is is worse than the studio version. Um, I think I think maybe even like here down with like I I think that there's something about the original Polly that is just so dark and haunted. and morose in a way that is lost a little in the MTV Unplugged, I think. On a plane. On a plane, I, uh, I prefer the unplugged version. I think. Um, I think it's a very melodic song, and that really comes through in the unplugged version. Something in the way. Oh, thanks, Elliot. I'm planning to have more Dylan videos coming. Dylan is my favorite thing to talk about. Um, uh, the two songs "Chilling on the Right Page Sideways" they're hiding. They're the hidden tracks. Um, Something in the way. This is tough. I genuinely don't know which one of these is better. They're very different. Um. Oh. Ah. I think I need to do the original a bit more, but they are very close. Um. Plateau. Good. I'm glad you guys are enjoying my thoughts. Someday I'll do. Someday I'll do like. Oh, maybe that's what I'll do next for, or maybe not next, but another one of these. I'll do Dylan in sections. I'll do this for Dylan's Electric Trilogy, because I could definitely do this for Dylan's Electric Trilogy. Um, I really like Plateau. Their Meat Puppets covers are incredible. All right. Oh me. I don't like it as much as Plateau, but I think it's really nice. I think it's really pretty. Remember earlier when I said, "Oh, I thought Turnaround was Nirvana's best cover," and now I have like 5 covers higher than it. About to be another one too with Lake of Fire. Their cover of Lake of Fire is one of my favorite Nirvana songs. I love how the way his voice goes when he's like, "Where do bad folk go when they die?" Like you get the rasp there. Um, yeah. Uh, I I haven't listened to enough Neil Young to do a Neil Young tier list. I haven't listened to enough of his bad albums. I've listened to his good albums a fair bit. But he has such a deep discography. Um, okay, let's go. All apologies. Um, Someone said it earlier in the chat, and they were correct. All apologies. This version is better. Um, Significantly better. The Dewey Cox tier list. We'll get the Dewey Cox tier list when he pays me back for drugs. Um, he never once paid for drugs, you know, not once. Yeah, all apologies gets a probably the biggest bump from the unplugged version. And finally, um uh gotta add some spice into this. Okay. Just bear with me for a second as I put something um um he broke 5 of Walt's sinks, and he never once paid for drugs. Not once. Okay. We're getting elaborate here. And up in this corner. 1 second. Not once. You guys are about to see some cool Photoshop magic too. If any of you are here for that. And then once this little bit of photoshopping is done, we will once this bit of photoshopping is done, we will call it a stream. I'm just grabbing one thing. Where is it? Oh, Jank, thank you. Thanks for mentioning the the fact that you used to buy into the romantic thing of it and the 27 Club video, because I did too, and that's a big reason why I made that video. Was because I think I needed to I wanted to demystify that, because people are way too in love with that idea of kind of like the romanticization of mental illness. And I'm rambling, but all of this is just to say that I'm glad that resonated with you. All right, here's what we're going to do. We're going to grab this. I think for a lot of people, I think with mental illness, a lot of people make jokes as a coping mechanism because they don't want to face the realities of mental illness, and they don't want to face, especially if they don't want to face that they might have mental illness, you know? I think that's something that I think it's very normal for people to joke about it, so I wouldn't beat yourself up about that. All right, what am I trying to do here? I'm trying to put this here. How would I do this? All right, we're just going to do it like this. We're going to do it like that, then put a mask, then invert that mask, and then brush it up a little bit. Basically, if you can't tell what's going on, or if you're curious, what's going on here is I'm just kind of making it look like there's been a rip out of the page and this picture is sticking out. And why am I doing this? You will learn momentarily. You may, if you're clever, you've probably already picked up on what's gonna go here. But maybe you didn't. And if you didn't, I'm gonna get to surprise you, and that's fun too. Yeah. And Lalouette says they just watched a documentary about a comedian who sobered up and was a lot better after, and people were like, he had to go through that. I don't like that. I think that is, as I said in my video, I think it's lazy, and I think it glorifies mental illness in a really dangerous way. I think nobody should have to go through mental illness, but I think most of us will go through it, especially given that this is the world in which we live now. Oh, oh, there we go. That's the problem. I had the global light on. Do I want... I think I want inner... Oh, whoa. 1 sec. I want inner shadow. There we go. If you ever want to make something look like it was ripped out of a page, a little bit of shadow goes a long way. Honestly, from this perspective, from this point, you probably can't even see that you see it, but your mind picks it up. Your mind can pick up the difference between something that is flat and something that is not. Um, all right. And down here, up here, in the pines, and also in its proper place above the A tier, we're going to have Where Did You Sleep Last Night? What to say about this song? This song is okay, we're going to have to strip the color off this. Thank you. Photoshop is my my passion. Um the difference mode for text does a lot as well. But I think I want this to be a bit bigger, so what we're going to do here is we're going to clone stamp this is I should do graphic streams where I just like explain what I'm doing as I'm doing it and why I'm doing it. Yo, do not apologize about opening up like that. We're having a raw discussion here. And I really love it. I love that you guys feel comfortable opening up. But I think the thing that I'll say about high school is that I fucking can't imagine being in high school in the world right now. I can't imagine this being the world where being a high schooler in a world and feeling so powerless to change it, especially when you see the things going on in the world right now. I have so much empathy for today's teens. You guys are troopers, and honestly, you guys are killing it. You guys have the internet at your disposal, and you're doing really incredible stuff with it. I'm so excited to see what the next generation of YouTubers and video essayists is gonna be. I hope someday that I'll start to see people come up who like watched me and got into it. And I know I've seen some people do that, and it's really cool. And I'm really interested to see how these people develop their own styles and aesthetics and approach to the medium. So yeah, Where Did You Sleep Last Night went up in the pines. That sucks, and Lalouette. Walt, I don't like remastered albums being the only version of an album available. It's something that bothers me a lot about Spotify sometimes. I will say that a lot of what was I gonna say? I will say like a lot of remastered stuff is better and is remastered for a reason, but not all of it. And I like being able to listen to things as they were made with their own sensibilities from that time. I think that's something that I think that's something that sorry, I was getting the Discord link to throw in. But I think I think that I like listening to albums that were mastered in their time because they say something about that time and about the musical priorities and values of that time. And I think remastering stuff can lose a lot of that. I'm actually working on a video about turntables, but I'm gonna sign off. But it seems like some of you are having really good chats there. So join the Polyphonic Discord. Come in. We want more people there. I'm gonna sign off now. Thanks all for joining me. But if y'all want to keep chatting about this, pop into the Discord, see what's up. It can be a little chaotic. It's a lot. But we really want to encourage more people to come in. It's a chill place. Yeah. So there we go. Let's do a quick overview of the chart. So, the conclusions that we can draw from this are that Nirvana have an incredibly solid discography with very few misses. We can draw that their misses maybe don't sing about vomit, and the studio version of Polly was impeccable. Don't try to change it or don't do different versions. Oh yeah, I forgot to talk about Where Did You Sleep Last Night. I think it's a phenomenal song. I think Kurt Cobain's performance is straight up fucking haunting. And honestly, all that I can really say about that song is put on some good speakers or some good headphones, lie alone in the dark, and just listen to that song. Close your eyes, just zone in on that song, and it'll floor you. Floors me. All right. Thank you all for joining me. Good night if it's night where you are. Good morning or good afternoon if it's those where you are. Keep an eye out for more streams. I'm going to be doing this a lot.